Stay in the Big 12. I
Sure.
want to talk about Iowa State against TCU. TCU currently is not ranked in the AP poll. They're number 24 in the AQR resume ranking. So basically 24th best resume when we look at who they've played, quad 1, 2, 3, 4 games, home, away, neutral site, all of that. And then margin of victory goes into that equation as well. So the spread on this, TCU is at home. They are minus 6.5, and the over-under is 57.5. So Vegas expects a close game with this one. I mean, that seems like all Iowa State does is play close games. So I'm also excited for this one as well. But like we said earlier, let's get right into this. So tell me what you're seeing for this.
Well, first, let me ask you, what would you have 4 weeks ago? What would you have previewed this game? What would be kind of your thoughts on TCU's minus 6.5?
I don't know if I would have expected it. I mean, I think early on, it looked like TCU was just going to roll through things. I still think they're a top 4 or 5 team in the Big 12, and I think that as the end of the year comes up, it's going to show that they're a top 4 or 5 team. But
sure. And that was
Iowa
State was kind of what did they peak at? Maybe because they've lost 4 in a row now. I think they peaked at, I don't know, 11th, 12th in the country.
Right. Yeah. They started out, probably top 15, 16, just with all the pieces they brought back in the preseason polls. Obviously, they played that game in Dublin against Kansas State and kind of had the first win of the year. But you're right. They have fallen off. Not that they're really getting run out of any of these games.
No, not at all. They're losing close matchups.
They're losing close matchups. They've played, let's see, their most recent games. Yeah, they played Cincinnati, Colorado, BYU, and Arizona State. So other than Colorado, kind of probably the top 4 or 5 other teams in the Big 12 that they're playing. Kind of an unfortunate grind for them. But yeah, I think this matchup 5 weeks ago, if it's week 5, week 6, it's probably what I'm thinking, 10.5 in favor of Iowa State, if not more. And I would have loved that spread for TCU because I feel like for some reason they have not gotten the love from the national media or Vegas or anyone. So yeah, this is not what you would have expected looking forward a month from today. But yeah, it looks like this is going to be a good matchup. And again, Iowa State seems to play lots of close games.
Yeah, one thing I want to point out, kind of when I'm thinking about this game, I think TCU is going to win this game because TCU's warming up. They kind of sputtered a little bit to start the season. Good win against Baylor, kind of a solid win against Baylor. They're warming up a little bit, and Iowa State's kind of following the opposite direction. They've cooled off significantly from their 5-0 start. And when you really look at where the issues lie for Iowa State, it's their defense. I think their defense has drastically underperformed expectations in a Big 12 that this year they're good at offense. It's not, the Big 12 we saw 10 years ago when you had like the Baylor's, West Virginia's, et cetera, putting up 50, 60 points a week. But one thing I do see is their coverage defense and pass rush defense is at the bottom 35, 40 percentile of all D1 teams. And when you have a quarterback-driven conference like the Big 12, what we're seeing from Iowa State is their inability to stop those quarterbacks from, affecting the game, forcing teams to actually run the ball or forcing teams to change up their game plans. And look, I think Josh Hoover's a highly accurate quarterback. He doesn't do a lot of turnover-worthy plays. He's looking to his second or third option. He has good deep ball range. He's able to, scramble out of the pocket a little bit, less than some of the other quarterbacks in the Big 12, but overall a very consistent, top to bottom quarterback. And so I think that Iowa State's going to have a lot of trouble defending TCU's receiving core and especially what Hoover's going to be able to do against them. So I think that's going to be kind of the storyline is, can Iowa State's defense turn it around a little bit, tighten up their coverage, maybe if they have to drop 6 or 7, into coverage to try to protect more of the medium to deep balls. That's one thing I'm looking out for. But just given the track record of the direction that Iowa State's going right now in terms of what their defense is capable of actually stopping in the Big 12, I seem to think that that's going to be a little bit of an issue for a TCU team that has a pretty consistent and pretty efficient offense overall.
Yeah, no, and just looking at Josh Hoover really quick.
Sure.
Obviously, he's in the Big 12. Is the conference of quarterbacks who junior, senior quarterbacks that are leading the nation in a lot of categories. Josh Hoover just happens to be one of them. He's at 185 for 285, basically 65% completion percentage. Accuracy percentage, I'm sure, is higher than that. He's at almost 2,400 yards.
Yep.
22 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. The one thing, and then two touchdowns on the ground as well. Yep. The one thing I really wanted to point out for him is how important it will be for him to protect the ball. There are 2 losses against Arizona State and K-State.
That's right.
Both of those games, he had 2 interceptions. They lost the turnover battle, and that seemed to kind of be the story for both of those games, was just that they were not able to protect the ball. So that's what I'm looking for in Josh Hoover is, man, keep taking your shots, keep doing your thing, but protect the ball and allow us to just, establish the run, establish play action, and then get the ball into the hands of your playmakers like he does so well. Yeah. If I'm Iowa State, I'm trying to get those turnovers as early and often as I can, to disrupt him if I can, so that he maybe makes a mistake and we can capitalize on points for that. So
fully agree. And that just pointing out the Arizona State and the Kansas State losses that they've had this season, they're kind of anomaly games for Hoover in terms of accuracy, in terms of yards, in terms of interceptions, etc. So if Hoover plays how he has in, 80% of the games this year, which is, having the high throwing IQ, having high accuracy, and utilizing his deep pass, he's one of the top 10 percentile deep passers in Division I this year. Utilize that. I think that TCU will hum to another win against Iowa State, but Iowa State's able to effectively change their schema and prevent a lot of that, get pressure to the quarterback, could be a different story, but that's kind of my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I agree. So that is our Big 12 preview, or the Big 12 portion of our preview. If you're a BYU fan, Texas Tech fan, Iowa State, TCU fan, comment, like, subscribe, follow. Check us out on X, Instagram, and then check out INSZN.co or INSZNCFB.com. Both of those will get you to this site. You can play around. If you ever have questions, comment here, reach out to us. We're happy to answer any questions and kind of show off the platform as much as we can.